And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 19th Emerging Growth Conference. I'm your host, Anna Berry. As always, we have an exciting list of companies in a wide range of growth sectors presenting to you today. All of our conferences are uploaded to the Emerging Growth Conference YouTube channel. So please subscribe, youtube.com/Emerging Growth Conference. So just a few notes for those attending. This is a live continuous broadcast. It begins now and runs until 2:30 Eastern time. So when we switch over to the next company, you'll see a black screen for a brief moment, but don't go anywhere. We're just moving over to the next presenter. If you do experience downtime for more than a minute or two, just refresh your browser. And our platform does work best on Google Chrome. So if you're watching from an Apple device, you have to hit the play button to start the session. Now, during each company's presentation, you can submit questions through our webinar module, and the presenters will attempt to address as many of those questions at the end of their presentation. And one last note, after today's event at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, you'll be redirected to the registration page for the next conference. So stay on and reserve your spot early. So today we have 6 companies presenting. Let's meet our first company. We have Net Savings Link Inc. It trades on the OTC Pink sheets under the symbol NSAV and is a cryptocurrency, blockchain, and digital asset technology company. So today we have presenting Yuen Wong, the director, Ada Wong, the founder and CEO of LUXFI, and Andre Van Robin, the CEO and founder of Nozama and Plastics. Welcome, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yes, we're all around the world today.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Wonderful. Well, we look forward to your presentation. I believe, Andre, you will start it off.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Anna, for this introduction. And thank you all for the opportunity to present. My name is Andre Van Robin. I'm the founder and CEO of Nozama, a company that was started in early 2019 with the objective and the aspiration of being the world's largest sustainability technology company. What does that mean? It means 3 things, essentially. It means tracking CO2 savings across the distribution channel up to the end consumer. It means tracking single-use packaging recovery from the end consumer up to the recycler. And it means merging both data flows, kilograms of CO2 emitted, kilograms of CO2 saved, kilograms of CO2 emitted and offsetted, kilograms of plastics recovered and recycled into meaningful marketing tools so that they can be used by our customers to prove their commitment to the environment and to be able to build loyalty and incentivization programs with their customers on the basis of individual and the lack of monetization in the sense that single-use packaging purchases and recyclers are not connected, and tracking and accounting plastic production, commercialization, and the recycling process does not exist. Which one is mine? All the producers across the world are producing plastic, but they do not know which one is theirs. And according to the European law, which was passed on July 3rd of this year, they have the responsibility, the legal obligation to pay for all the data retrieval of what plastic was produced, what plastic was recovered, and what plastic was recycled. So that's our vision. Our vision is to convert all this single-use packaging data into NFTs, to collect transaction fees with respect to minting them, transaction fees with respect to listing them, and transaction fees with respect to buying and selling them. What historical opportunity are we addressing? Firstly, the legal mandate that now all plastic producers from the likes of Coca-Cola, Unilever, Procter & Gamble need to account for all the plastic production and recovery by law in the European Union. This will spread globally. Secondly, we know what the NFT market is. It didn't exist 2 years ago. And just so we're all on the same page, an NFT is a digital right on a digital asset, which allows you ownership of that right. We all know that if you own a photo, everybody can copy that photo and copy it on their Facebook profiles. That's not the point. The point is the ownership is what counts, the ownership of that photo. And the market that did not exist 2 years ago is now a 2.5 billion market. Let's also talk about the third major driver, the plastics recycling industry. We're focusing on polypropylene production, which alone is 56 million tons each year, and will increase to 88 million metric tons by 2026. So everybody knows only 3% of this PP5 is getting recycled. and 55% of plastic production generated by 20 companies, of which Nestle is one of them, of which they're a customer of Nozama Green. The average price of PP5 recycled is $945. So we're saying, well, we're going to create a marketplace so single-use packaging producers and recyclers can connect and buy and sell single-use packaging guarantees about a specified amount of plastic, so to be sure and prove with guarantee and certainty that they will not end up in the environment. We're connecting all of the existing information systems from plastic producers, plastic recyclers, waste pickers, and individuals as well who are connecting to be able to prove that they have collected plastics and put them as an NFT on a marketplace where all NFTs related to any type of single-use packaging can be bought, collected, to allow the credit of a plastic production, so that 1 ton of some plastic collected is 1 ton of plastic produced. It's neutral. There is no plastic in the environment. Why do producers buy? As I said earlier, they need to develop their brand sustainable marketing to feed social media with brand global single-use packaging kilogram impact. They need to monetize their sustainability data by upselling and cross-selling to end consumers based on that individual single-use packaging impact. They need to increase their end customer loyalty, again, on those individual single-use packaging impacts. And of course, let's not forget, they need to comply with the extended producer responsibility legislation. Why do recyclers use plastics? Well, they're currently making money 2 ways: by collecting waste and revaluating the waste so it can be used as prime resources to create recyclable packaging. Well, now, thanks to NFTs, we're providing them with a third source of revenue: the ability to take all of their invoices, all of their certificates of recovery and sale, and put them into NFTs. We are creating a new utility for the NFT market so that recyclers can generate new sources of revenue and prove that they are committed to tracking all plastic recovery and avoiding it going into the environment. Since 2019, we have built all of the sustainable tracking technology at Nozama, and our competitors have no idea that an NFT can be used for tracking single-use packaging and can be used as a guarantee that that plastic will not go into the environment. And since they have no idea, when our platform will be launched on November 30th, in exactly 35 days, we are going to show the way of this massive disruption in the recycling industry and in the crypto industry. And all of our competition from all the different walks of industries are going to converge. As a result, our team that has been working on this project for 2.5 years has decided to issue a token. It's called Plastic. We have issued 1 million tokens. Not single token extra can be minted, and not one can be burned. We are offering for sale 810 million tokens, and the goal of our raise is $10 million so that we can confirm our leadership position, our first pole position, and make sure that we are ready for the next 2 to 3 years to dominate the world as the largest recycling company. The distribution of this token allocation is 10% for the management team, it's 4% for the advisors, 20% for the private sale, which is in reality the opportunity that we're offering NSAV shareholders at this point. Very important to understand that the first crowd sale that will take place on November 7 will be done through an NSAV subsidiary called Virtual Broker. Virtual Broker will be launching coincidentally in their roadmap the first launchpad service on which the token Plastics will be offered for public sale. So Virtual Broker is going to inaugurate its launchpad service with the Plastic token. And also, of course, in the context of this private sale, all NFT shareholders have the opportunity to get 20% more plastic before November 7. The uses of the funds are going to be 46% to further the development after the deployment of the product and platform at the end of November, to provide 30% for liquidity pools to allow listings and exchanges on DEXs, 10% for marketing, and 9% for the corporate operational expenses, and of course, 5% in reserves to be applied to any of the needs. Just to be sure that everybody understands the massive opportunity. Plastic is the gas that is going to allow access to the plastics marketplace, where recyclers will be able to upload, mint their invoices and their guarantees that they have recovered plastic, list them, and sell them. where producers will be allowed to go and buy these guarantees to offset the plastic production globally that they are generating, so that any recycler across the world can sell their NFT to any producer across the world to end up in a plastic neutral environment. And all holders at this point can be able to buy and sell the NFTs and collect them to profit from the opportunity that the climate change combat is proposing. Just as a reminder, the sale of the token is at $0.018. We are proposing in this private sale context 20% more tokens, and the roadmap is to have the marketplace fully operational and deployed on November 30th, from which point we will be expecting to grow very aggressively during 2022. I am now available for questions after everybody else, of course, has had their opportunity to present. Thank you very much.
Applause.
Thank you.
Are you two going to present, Ada and Yuen? Would you like to continue on the presentations and we can take questions at the very end?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let's let Ada start first here, because my role is more like a news broadcaster. So
Okay.
Ada, please.
Okay, sure. So hi everyone, I'm Ada, the CEO and founder of LUXFI. So LUXFI is the world's first asset-backed NFT marketplace for luxury assets. We focus on those luxury assets that hold value well and have high resale value. So for example, those luxury watches, brands, bags, sneakers, jewelry, collectible items, art pieces, gold and diamonds. So counterfeiting is one of the key challenges in the luxury goods market. We use NFT as an authentication certificate of the physical asset. We are slightly different to OpenSea or other NFT marketplace in the market. I would say we are a combination of e-commerce and NFT marketplace. We are an NFT marketplace where anyone can buy, sell, invest into luxury assets using cryptocurrency and, of course, traditional payment methods as well. Since each of the NFT-backed luxury asset has been authenticated by professional experts or brands in our network, so it has guarantee of authenticity, and that makes the items resell much easier afterward. As mentioned, we are different to most of the NFT marketplace in the markets. All of our NFT are backed by real-world assets. So the authenticity of the physical asset is extremely important. We eliminate counterfeit while maintaining an NFT on our multi-chain blockchain network. So after the item is authenticated by professional Wi-Fi in our network, we use the portal fingerprint to tie the real-world luxury asset with each NFT on blockchain. All right, so our portal fingerprint is unique for each item, even though they are the same products. I would like to share a demo video here as well on how our retailer tokenize their inventory in our system. So we use the brand handbags here, for example.
If you want to create an asset-backed NFT on the blockchain, first, log into your account and click Upload to enter the product information page. You can then upload the product information here, including the brand, style, material, color, condition, price, location, and pictures of this item. After submitting, a pop-up window with the product information shows up, with the QR code and this item's unique product ID. Then, scan a blank NFT card with your phone. It automatically jumps to login. After login, if you have uploaded the product information before, just click Yes to go to the next step. Now, you only need to scan the QR code corresponding to this item or directly fill in the product ID. Then, it jumps to a new page, which includes the product information we've just uploaded on the desktop site. Confirm all the information is correct and take a picture of the logo area here to convert this image to a unique product fingerprint of this item. Click the Confirm button and enter the password for authorization. Once authorized, you can see the information of this NFT card, including the NFC chip ID, product ID, etc. This means the information of this product and its product fingerprint have been tied to this NFT card. Our product fingerprint technology uses the item's own texture to create a unique product fingerprint of each item and tie the data, the NFT card, and the physical item together. Next, click OK. You see that the status of this item you just uploaded is under review. In a few seconds, all the information about this item is automatically uploaded to the blockchain. The status of this item is now becoming approved, and it appeared on the on-chain list. By now, all the data of this item is stored permanently on blockchain. The data on blockchain cannot be altered, so this item is now protected and is traceable on blockchain for anti-counterfeiting. Each product that is converted to NFT has an NFT card. To view this product information and history of this Chanel bag, simply scan this unique anti-forgeable NFT card. When the NFT card is scanned, the scanning data is also recorded on our data intelligence system and shows on our business intelligence platform. Finally, when this item is sold to a new buyer, the seller can simply scan the QR code of the buyer. A transaction page appears. It contains the buyer's account and transaction information. Now, the buyer needs to verify if this is the original physical asset of the NFT that is stored on blockchain. Simply take a photo of the logo area of this Chanel bag through the app. The system algorithm will automatically compare this Chanel bag product fingerprint with the original product fingerprint that was collected and uploaded on blockchain during production, or after the Chanel bag is authenticated by professional verifiers and LUXFI network. The product fingerprint is used to verify whether this item is a physical asset of the digital NFT that is stored on blockchain. Product fingerprint technology collects the unique texture of the item, and thus, each product fingerprint is unique. For example, here's the verification result of two identical Chanel wallets produced at the same time with the same materials. You can see that although these two Chanel wallets look exactly the same, their fingerprints are different. When the buyer confirms that this Chanel bag is authentic, it jumps to the payment page. Here is showing the cash payment. Check the transaction information, and then enter the password to confirm this transaction. Once the transaction is completed, it is recorded on blockchain. Both sellers and buyers can see it on their list, or check the transaction record on blockchain. To learn more about LUXFI, please visit www.luxfy.io.
So we actually have two ways to tie the physical asset and digital NFTs. For those finished products like handbags in the video, right? After the physical handbag is authenticated by the professional verifier in our network, we use the product fingerprint technology to tie the physical with the digital that you could see in the video. And for those products, we work directly with brands and manufacturers. So we put the NFC chips inside the items during the production. So after the buyers receive the physical item, buyer can just simply scan the product fingerprint or where the NFC chip is in the item to see if it's the original and authenticated item of that NFT. So if for the investment purpose, the asset can store in the custodian to avoid paying import duty if the assets will be resold afterward anyway. So, and since we deal with the real assets, so all of our NFT value is also backed by the real data. By leveraging on our big data intelligence system and unique algorithm for automate data collecting and data processing, so that we are able to provide an accurate NFT pricing for each NFT on our platform. All right, so it's like so just let me know if you guys have any questions.
All right, are you ready for the questions?
Yep.
Okay, we do have quite a few of them, and we will start with the questions for Andre. Miranda is wanting you to elaborate a little bit more on plastics.io.
Okay, so plastics.io is a marketplace where recyclers from any country can convert the invoices that they are issuing to the waste recovery companies that use this waste to turn it into prime resources to create new bottles, new packaging, so that the end consumers can get recycled single-use packaging. They have to pay taxes. They have to issue invoices quarterly, and they need to obviously on those invoices show what amount of plastic they have recovered and what amount of plastic they have sold. Those invoices are the certification that that plastic is not going into the environment. They're collecting money for collecting the waste, and they're collecting money for selling it as it's sorted into a prime material. We're now providing them with the ability to take those invoices and to take whatever certificate is relative to those invoices and convert it into an NFT. They put their name, their origin, the amount of tonnage that they have recovered, the type of single-use packaging, and they upload it as a NFT on the marketplace. And they will use the suggested price, which in our business model, it's 20% of the underlying value, for example. So if it's $1,000, they will put that NFT for $200. And that NFT becomes a guarantee that that amount of plastic has not gone into the environment. Let's talk about a general producer like Coca-Cola, who are creating plastic bottles and plastic across the planet. By law, they need to account for all of the plastic that they're putting into the environment, that they're generating, or I should say putting into the market, and need to make sure that it's not going into the environment. So 1 ton of that same amount of plastic needs to be offsetted by 1 ton of that same amount of plastic that has been recovered, so they can say that they are plastic neutral. That's number one, and that's the main reason, similar to carbon offsetting. The second one is that they need to be able to communicate this to their market, that they're committed to the environment, and be able to create marketing activities on the fact that they have recovered 1 ton of plastic and that has not gone into the environment, and use that as a marketing tool. So all in all, plastics is a marketplace that will require the use of plastic token to access the basic utilities, which are minting, converting an invoice or certificate into an NFT, listing, putting that NFT on a collection board that you can decide to sell or not, and of course, transacting, selling. For the producer or Coca-Cola or all the consumer products companies, they will use plastic to access the marketplace, and then they could, of course, freely acquire all the NFTs that they want. If they want to use them as plastic credit, they will have to keep them in their collection. That way they will not be circulating, and they can be used as a credit to offset the exact amount of tons that they have produced in that same type of plastic. I hope this qualifies or answers the question.
Great answer. And Larry C. would like to know what your business model is.
The business model consists of creating a marketplace where all recyclers across the planet can create NFTs of their invoices that they're issuing to the companies that take the waste and convert it into prime resources. So we're giving them a third revenue source, and we're collecting a fee to mint, a fee to list, and a fee to transact, i.e. buy and sell. And this fee is 4.2% of the value of the underlying asset. So if it was $1,000 for 1 ton of polypropylene or PP5, it would mean that we would be charging $45 for that ton. If it's $200, which is the price that is eventually secured for the NFT, we will be charging 4.5% of those $200. So we're charging up to 4.5% of the overall value of the asset.
And Steve Curtis wants to know what the token is for.
The token is to unlock the utility of minting, listing, and transacting. You need to have token balance to be able to access the platform and transact.
And Kelvin M. wants to know, who are your customers?
Our customers are 2 major groups: consumer product companies like Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, Nestle, Unilever, Procter & Gamble, Nestle, any consumer goods companies, and recyclers who are our partners who are generating all the waste recovery and the recycling, and who want to make a third source of revenue, who want to generate new sources of revenue with their existing activity. So our customers are consumer goods companies, and our partners are recyclers. However, in the middle, you do have the collectors of NFTs that can join the marketplace at any time, acquire these NFTs with the expectation that the consumer goods companies will buy them to offset their plastics production.
Perfect. Thank you, Andre.
Thank you, Anna.
Yuen, this next question is for you, if you are still on there. We have a question from Oscar Arroyo. He wants you to share your vision of the NFT industry.
Okay, maybe let me start by sharing some news, like what I said. Part of my role is a new broadcaster, right? Yeah. So first of all, guys are all NSAV supporters, right? Please Google NSAV and DEX, right? DEX. I think we just got some news that got published. I hope this piece of news will make you guys excited, Yeah. So, maybe I don't look excited because I'm just tired, but it certainly is a piece of very exciting news, yeah. So, next piece of news I have for you guys, about the central exchange, right? Normally we call it SEX, right? But CEX, not that other kind of stuff, yeah. So central exchange, we did mention that we are going to acquire 51%, right? This is in the final stage. We did sign the LOI, which is the letter of intent. Of course, we are going through the all the due diligence and all this. Hopefully, this will become a reality, right? I'm excited as everyone here, right? Why 51%? Because in order for a public company to be able to consolidate the accounting, the financial statement, that is the minimum required. So that's why the magical number, yeah. So back to the question, NFT, right? I think those guys who know that because I have quite good few years in blockchain, and I do consider myself rather well connected, and I myself am also a very avid investor. I think recently I have invested in almost like 25 projects. Either they are in GameFi, NFT, metaverse, or synthetic assets. So I do believe that NFT is the future. In fact, blockchain is the future, right? If you miss the good old days of real estate boom, if you miss the good old days of e-commerce boom, I think now we still have a very good chance, right? If you are not into a pure token play, right? Because I have to admit the whole token world or whole crypto world, it's not that easy for newcomers to get in. But you have a good option here, right? Invest in company shares that are closely related to blockchain and digital assets, right? Now we have Andre here, Ida here, and many projects that are in this area. So by investing in companies such as NSAV, you got a very good route into blockchain and digital asset world, right? So like what I said, I'm a big believer in NFT, in GameFi and all this. And also that's why the company that I'm leading, Labs Group, recently we invested in esports hotel. Yeah, 2 in Singapore, in prime location. The reason why we invest is because, like what I said before, Labs is in real estate and blockchain, right? And I believe in GameFi and NFT. And that's why I think esports hotel has the best blend on both of them, on all the directions that I have mentioned, right? So I want to bring NFT gaming or GameFi and NFT arts and all this into a real estate play. And that's also why I invested personally my money into blockchain projects that is big on NFT, metaverse, and all this. Like what I said in the last session, even Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, despite that Facebook is so big already, they are going to make a big commitment and transform Facebook into a metaverse company. Yeah, so that's something amazing. I hope I give you guys a good, rundown on my belief here.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. We do have we have lots of questions regarding this, but I'd like to ask this question to Ada and Yuen. How can NSAV shareholders benefit from LUXFI?
All right. So I would like to share the slide here. Yep. So same as last time, for NSAV shareholders, we are going to give 10% token incentive to those as NSAV shareholder who support and buy LUXFI token after it's listed on the exchange. It is for us to show the appreciation of the support given by NSAV team and Yuen. So please scan the QR code here for more information and fill out your information there, so that we can whitelist your wallet address to get 10% incentive if you buy LUXFI, LSF token afterwards. So don't miss out this great opportunity to get more LSF token. And also we would like to announce that, so many people has been asking me, like, when is our IDO? When is our TGE? So we would like to announce that we've already closed our private rounds. We will have our public sales on Metaverse, TrustPad, and Bitmarts on November 8th. And on November 9th, the token LSF will be listed on Uniswap and also Bitmarts. And also yeah. So that's something we'd like to share with an NSAV shareholder here. Because
Perfect.
they've been asking me like the question, like, when is our TGE in the group chat?
Well, we have another question for Ada and Yuen. People want to know, where can they follow you?
Yeah, sure. So we have the slide here for the NSAV shareholder to follow us. So please scan the QR code here, and yeah, and you'll be able to find us on Telegram. You'll be able to and also our Twitter medium as well. So we just reached 25,000 members on our Telegram a week ago. And you can also, of course, visit our websites and also Reddit, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook.
And Val Solomon has a question for all of you. He wants to know how NSAV shareholders can benefit from the partnership between NSAV and plastics.
Yes. So to answer that question, I'd like to talk about the historical context. We are obviously fighting climate change. So there is an enormous industry and economic initiative to do all that is necessary to fight climate change. So that's number one. Number two, the recycling industry, multi-billion-dollar industry, hasn't changed in 50 years. And that industry is intricate to fighting climate change. Number three, the crypto industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And what we're doing is we're merging those two industries to fight climate change and to create a new utility for NFTs. So it is a massive disruption that is going on. How can that help NSAV shareholders? Well, the crowd sale is going to take place on the Virtual Broker Launchpad, which will be ready on November 7th. Virtual Broker is a company that is owned partially by NSAV, and all the revenues related to the token sale are going to go through the Virtual Broker company. So immediately NSAV's asset is going to benefit from that. Secondly, within the context of that relationship with Silver Bear Capital and NSAV, we're offering NSAV shareholders the ability to enter the private sale and to be able to acquire 20% more tokens until November 6th at the $0.018 price. 20% more tokens means that it is at 0.015. And what I'm doing here is typing in the password that is pertinent and specific to NSAV shareholders to enter the section of the whitelist to be able to acquire plastic token. Those are the two major benefits that we're proposing NSAV shareholders.
Perfect. Thank you for that answer. Gail
Thank you.
Havener wants to know, will NSAV come out with their own wallet?
I think we are looking at all angles. Yeah. In fact, I've been pulling strings behind the scene. Obviously, that might not be obvious to everyone. Yeah, but I'm doing my part. Yeah. Despite being a director of NSAV, I need to take care of the things are properly done and all this authorization. I'm also helping to form deals, and that's why we got LUXFI here. That's why we got Plastic here, and that's why we have many more deals coming. In fact, I think I might have successfully brokered another interesting deal, between NSAV and can't be named entity, right? But it certainly is very, very exciting. Yeah, I'm doing whatever I can. I always see myself as a pimp, but a professional one in matching business deals. Yeah, so don't worry, I'll do my part. In fact, NSAV and Labs Group, we are also talking about some interesting deals together. Maybe esports hotel could be something that we could go in together, because we also see the opportunity that the real estate, the hospitality sector has been suffering, and you always want to, buy low and sell high, right? That's how you make big profit. And right now they're suffering, and what's better than trying to capitalize on the situation, and go for big gains. Yeah. So certainly this is also an area that we are looking at. Silverback Capital, the founder, we are very close and we share ideas and deals. So rest be assured, you guys are always in very safe hands. Yeah.
Good. Mike Whaley says, thanks for being part of this journey, Mr. Wong. And he asks, what are the initial revenue expectations for the DEX?
This is a tricky question, right? So I normally give idea, strategy, the main direction and all this, but I don't really run the operation because I'm not the operational team member, right? So sometimes your guess is as good as mine, but where's the ceiling? Just look at all the DEXs out there. The ceilings are pretty high, right? So as long as we continue, the things that we're doing and believe in it and try to do it in the right way, everyone would be rewarded. Yeah, that's what I can say. Yeah, and I can share with you the little story of Bitsmarts, right? We started in 2017, just with some basic concepts, and the belief that we can do it, and now Bitsmarts has grown to, more than 150 members, approaching 200, and are doing big revenues, So that's why keep the faith, stay cool, and stay strong, and we'll be there together. Yeah.
Jeff Snyder wants to know, will LuxFi be able to be bought on the NSAV DEX exchange?
Yes, there's an opportunity between LuxFi and NSAV. As soon as we launch, we have our token listed, so we can discuss about it with NSAV team.
Great. And someone wants to clarify, Lawrence Yagon, what's the name of the DEX company NSAV acquired 51% of?
It's not the 51%. It's not a DEX. It's a central exchange. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Like what I said, it's in the final stages. We completed the LOI. Yeah. Going through a due diligence. I don't want to say that, although I know the name, but I can't say it. Because we have to make it into a concrete reality before I can announce. And this is almost like a public platform, right? And remember, we are a public company. If I say the wrong thing, I'll be in trouble. Yeah.
Ethan Ock wants to know if there's an update on the 40% letter of intent on the asset management company that NSAV announced months ago.
Then I have to get back. Yeah. because sometimes business negotiations are not an easy matter, right? Like it's just like, to me, it's just like a courtship, right? Yeah. So, and we are trying to work out all the, I hate to use that term, but prenuptial, right? To get it done, everything correctly, so that we can go on a long and a steady relationship. Yep.
Matt Finn wants to know, when will we hear who the new NSAV CEO is?
We are still working very hard on that. Many ideas on that. We are seeing that who is the best person to lead on this. Obviously, I also play a part in trying to, get the final name and all this. Yeah. But please be patient, because again, I said that NSAV is a public company. We need not only the CEO has to have the financial skills and all this, the understanding of how a public company could work. But on top of that, we are also in the blockchain world, which is a very, very new, exciting, and yet complex world. So not something easy, but we'll get there, yeah. But I hope everybody is happy with the progress right now. The few things that we mentioned, I think mostly we have achieved. Yeah.
Well, thank you all for presenting. We have tons more questions for you, but we are out of time, so we will send those directly to you. And we certainly hope that you all come back to present and answer these questions from our audience and the shareholders. Great presentation, by the way. And thank you all for joining us in different parts of the world.
Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you all. Have a good morning.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Yep.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, everyone, stay with us as we transition to the next presenter. We're coming right back with another exciting company.